Okay, so this is my video on por or para. Which of these words that mean for do we use and when do we use them? This is sometimes a complicated issue for some students, but let's go through the issues. So para is what we use for a general for. So in order to, perhaps before infinitives as well. So for example, fui a España para ver a mis parientes. I went to Spain in order to see my relatives. If in English we can say in order to before an infinitive, then we generally put para in Spanish. For is a purpose, so compré un regalo para mi madre. I bought a present for my mum. I gave it to her. I bought it to give to her. Have a look at por for this because there's a little bit of an issue on this one. Para plus time, but we can use por as well. Estudié para 3 horas. I studied for 3 hours. However, we do have to say para siempre. We can't say por siempre, which is forever. ¿Para qué? For what reason, you might say as a question. ¿Para qué lo compraste? For what reason did you buy it? I.e., why did you buy it? And you may see it in the use with the subjunctive, ¿para qué? Plus the subjunctive. Fui a España para que mi abuela pudiera verme. I went to Spain so that my grandmother could see me. Or vamos al gimnasio para que podamos mantenernos en forma. We go to the gym so that we can keep fit, or in order that we can keep fit. So this is similar to the top one here, but we've got que, and then that leads on to subjunctive afterwards. Okay, so por, used for through or via. So fui por Madrid, I went through Madrid or went via Madrid. Por with time, as we said. Por, fui por 2 días, I went for 2 days. But we have to say por la mañana and por la tarde and por la noche, which I haven't written on here. So in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, we can't say para. Meaning by, fue escrito por Juan, it was written by Juan. Meaning per, por litro, per liter, por hora, per hour, por kilo, per kilo. And also on behalf of, and this is what I meant on my last slide about para, compré la leche por mi madre. I bought the milk for my mum, i.e. she asked me to buy it for her. But if we put para, so I went to buy some milk to give to my mum, that she didn't ask me to get it. Okay, so let's have some practice. Practica. Elige por o para. So choose por o para in each of these. So there's 6 to do, and this section I've put the English in to help you a little bit. So pause it now, have a go, and then we'll go over the answers. So the first one is para, because we've got an infinitive afterwards, and it's in order to see a funny film. We've got the word buy in English here, so this is where we'd use por in Spanish. This one you could use either por or para unas horas. I think I would say para unas horas, but you might use either. This one we have to use para. Remember we said time, it could be either, but this one particularly we always have to use para siempre. This one is por, because it gives you the sense that your dad's asked you to buy it every Monday, rather than you're buying it as a surprise. And this one, because we're using per session, it's por again. Okay. Practica 2. Elige la respuesta correcta. Entonces hay 6. So 6 to do, but this time I haven't given you the English, so you may need to pause it and have a look up some of the vocab as well in your dictionary. Now we'll go over the answers. The first one could be both, por or para, because she might have bought it to give to me, as in I didn't ask her to pay for it, or I didn't have any money, so she gave me some money so that she bought it for me because I didn't have any money. I think probably here I'd tend to go more for the para mí rather than por mí, but it could be either, depending on the sense. Again, time, we could use por or para. So I went on Monday and I stayed for 2 weeks there. This one is por, because in case of emergency you have to go out through or via the back door. This one's para, because we've got que, para que, in order to, so you have to go so that you can visit the monument, the sites. This one is because it's by. The magazine was edited by the director or by the headmaster. And the last one, remember we said for evening and morning we have to use por la tarde, por la mañana, so that's why it's por. So I like going in the afternoon or the evening because I don't like getting up early. Okay, hopefully you've got it now. Rewind it back if you're not sure.